Hey guys, so today, or tonight I should say, it's like 7 o'clock. I am going to do just a video on some different things. I was gonna do it when the kids go to sleep, but I think they're gonna probably be up late and I end up always falling asleep with them, so I just really had a desire to do this video. It's on the power of attraction, it's on being positive, it's on God, and it's on what do you do when bad things happen to you. I have a few notes, so if I'm looking down and you're like wondering why I'm looking down, that's probably why. But if you hear the kids in the background, they're watching their videos, they're having quiet time. So I'm going to try to do this video tonight, but it was just really on my heart. I want to try and do more of these videos because I love day in the lives and grocery hauls, but I really like these kind of videos too. So like I said, it's about the power of attraction, and when something bad happens, if you're being positive, if you're praying, if you're having faith, and bad things are still happening to you. Keep in mind, this is based on my experience, also my research, from watching really powerful men of God and different videos that I watched, and I'm not completely always right either. So this is based on my experience and my own research. But I'm going to start off. This is 6 points. So 6 points of why bad things happen. Well, for one thing, you can only control your vibration. And from a Christian's standpoint, that also means your presence of God. How long do you spend with God? How long do you feel the presence of God? Your vibration. Some people laugh at the word vibration. They think it's corny. They think but it's the vibes you give off, that you have inside, and that you give off to other people, to the universe, to God, to angels. It's what you're giving. It's in your heart, and what you're giving. You can only control your vibrations, your presence with God. So, not to say that other people's prayers don't help other people, because you can help strengthen someone else's vibration. But at the end of the day, you can't change it and you can't control it. You can pray for it. God can put something in their heart that helps strengthen it. But even so, He gave each one of us free will, and they have to have that vibration. They have to have that presence with God. They have to want it. You can only control your vibration. So if you're in a good vibration, if you're positive, if you're having faith, and bad things are still happening to you, that is one of the main reasons, is you're controlling your vibration, but you can't help what goes on with other people and how they're doing it, especially if it's something, I don't want to speak too much on it because it's sensitive, like death and things like that, but that's the only way I can describe the first one. My second point is unexplained. There are just some things that are unexplained. It doesn't matter how long you talk to God, how much presence you have with God. It doesn't matter how much you meditate. It doesn't matter how much research you do. There are just some things that are unknown until we get to heaven, until the afterlife. There just really is. You know, it could be a part of God's plan. There could be something better out there for you. Now that would mainly apply like if you get fired from a job, or if your house forecloses and then you end up getting a house more beautiful than that. I'm not talking about like death and things that are sensitive like that. So not everything applies to that one. And then the last one is change of vibration. Opinion you could be positive, you could be thinking that you have a good vibration, but there could still be some things about yourself that are constantly negative. Or you could be positive about so many things, and then when you get to this one subject, money, health, judging people because you're a Christian, you're negative. And that could be affecting your vibration, or for Christians, your presence of God. And then again, like I said, you just don't know. So that is my, like, the second point is just unexplained. You just don't know. It could be a combination of everything. So my third point is there room for growth? Is there room for change? Raising your vibration, more alone time with God. Now that was kind of the second to the last point I said in the other one, but more to touch on it. Did something bad happen to make you grow? Lots of times, and this goes back to the job reference, lots of times with jobs, we're so stuck, we're so afraid of going after our dream that lots of times God or the universe, you know, getting fired, getting demoted, things like that are a part of the plan, are a part of your growth. What can you do to get better? What do you, it makes you think about, where do I go from here? It can make you start your own business, start your YouTube channel, start your own church that you've been wanting to start. So just any type of growth, and then raising your vibration, more alone time with God. You know, you may pray in the morning, you may read the Bible, but maybe you need to do more of that. There may be a time in your life where you need to fast and just consume yourself in that presence, in that vibration. So yeah, that's the third point. It's just room for growth. The fourth one is to see, kind of correlates, but in a different form, to see what that experience has taught you. And this would be, there's no over analytical explanation, there's no vibration explanation. It's just, okay, this bad things happen to you. What can that teach you? I can't get into too much for HIPAA reasons, but with my job, there's an experience I went through last year that I really thought was gonna break me, and it ended up making me grow. I'm like one of the best teachers in the center right now. I'm just kidding, but well, teacher's aide, but like it really has taught me a lot. And even though I still didn't think I did anything wrong, it just taught me a lot. And I can't, like I said, I can't get into detail for certain reasons, but like, what did it teach you? If you got in a car accident, you know, sometimes it's meant to be. Like, I got in a car accident when I was pregnant with Lily. I was praying and praying for a new car, like, every day, because the car I had was not reliable. And it wasn't a big car crash, but because my car was older and ended up getting totaled, and I used that money for a down payment to get a new car. So that was kind of a blessing. But there are times where you get in a car crash because you're texting when you're driving, because you're on the phone when you're driving, because you ran a red light. There's no overlying reason. There's no law of attraction reason for that. You weren't paying attention. You were texting and driving, and you need to learn not to do that. So sometimes it's good to be analytical. I'm like that, but there are just some plain times, oh, you don't need to raise your vibration. You need to learn from what you did, and you need to get better. So that number 5 on the list. Another reason that's not an overlytical reason, not a vibration reason, but another pretty straightforward reason. Okay, sorry, I keep getting interrupted. Is that it is okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to let it out. Some people think, especially when you first get into the law of attraction and being positive, and vibrations in the universe and all that. When some people first get into that, they think, oh, I can't ever be sad, I can't ever have a bad thought, I can't ever grieve, I can't ever be lonely, I can't ever be heartbroken. And that is just not the case. Actually, just like what you're taught with men, is it's good to let it out, it's good to cry. When you do that, it's actually a release and you feel better, and it's just good for you, and it's a part of a process, especially with things like death. That is a part of a process. You need to grieve, you need to be sad and miss that person. My only second point is, as long as you don't stay there. Somebody broke up with you, your heart's broken, you dated them for 10 years. You can be sad, you can look at pictures, listen to a love song or two, or a breakup song or two, but after about a little bit of that, you know, you have a moment every day, you do need to snap out of it and pray, or watch a funny movie, or go out with friends, because if you stay in that vibration, or if you stay that negative or sad all the time, then it can start affecting you. If you have a bad thought here and there, or if you're sad, if you have like an hour where you're just down, that is okay, that is normal, and that's actually what you're supposed to do. That's why they say men don't release enough emotions, because they don't cry enough. I'm just kidding. But so it's okay, but if you stay there, it will start affecting your mood, it will start affecting your life. You know, a lot of negative things will happen. You'll be negative, you won't have faith, you won't have hope. So it's okay to be sad as long as you don't stay there. That is my 5th point. My 6th and final point kind of go with that point, but flipping it, like flipping your situation, is going to change everything. And this is going to be touchy, because when it comes to death, or like a child's father not being in their life, things like that, I know what some people are going to say. How can you flip those situations? I'm not saying things like that are meant to be, but I am just saying that, and I'll tell some examples to stories, but even when bad things happen, just flipping it and saying, you know what, da-da-da-da-da has happened to me, I'll be okay, I have faith in God, good things are coming my way, I am okay. Now for story time. There's a couple stories. I actually have one. After I had Dominic, I worked at the YMCA, but then I quit there because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom for a little bit. But then I realized it was starting to get really expensive, and I did need another job. But I didn't want to work because I always had a 7 to 5:30 job, not a lot of vacation time. You know, I was a single mom with Josiah. I just had Lily. So I wanted a job, but I wanted a balance. So I was applying to all these jobs. I was getting denied. I went to a couple interviews. There's even one interview that told me, oh, you had some bad references. I'm like, excuse me? I thought these people liked me. I thought these people thought I was a good worker. Like, I was so devastated. But I was still positive about it. Like, I had a moment of devastation, and then I'm like, whatever, I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to keep putting out applications. So then I finally did it to the job that I'm at now. And it was a blessing, because the job I'm at now, I really have a passion for the kids that are there. It's an integrated preschool with typical and non-typical kids, and I've only worked with typical, and I'm realizing I really love working with all kids. So, and then the vacation time that we get, Now, I don't get paid for that yet until I'm permanent, but I still consider it a blessing, and it's never been a problem. I've always still had enough money. So that was something that, yes, even though bad things were happening, that thing with the references, I wasn't getting hired at other jobs, money situations, but it ended up working out for the best because they happened to be hiring just that month, and that's when I filled out an application. So if I'd have done it sooner, I probably wouldn't have got it, or it would have been a lot harder. So that being said, that's one story. Another story I have, and I think I said it in another video, but I don't know how many people watched the video. And everybody knows I love Starbucks. So I was at work, and I was having a tough day that day about something. But I went to work, and on my break, I really wanted Starbucks because I was having a hard time. It was also a long line, and you guys know how Starbucks lines are. You can't pull around like McDonald's. You have to sit and wait. Well, halfway through the line, I went to get my wallet, and I realized I didn't have my wallet. I left it in the diaper bag because when I go out with the kids, I put the wallet in the diaper bag with me. So I'm like, ugh, I was so mad. I said a few cuss words, but then something came over me for some reason because I have a bad temper, so sometimes when I'm upset, it's hard to calm me down. But something came over me, and I was calm. I was like, it's okay. I can get coffee after work. It's already 12 o'clock. The day's almost over. It's okay. It'll be okay. So I went in the line, and I told the lady, like, yeah, I forgot my wallet. I'm sorry. She was like, we can't throw away our coffee. Anyways, here, go ahead and have it. I'm like, really? And I just started crying, and it just really gave me a new outlook on life. I know it's the Starbucks, but it just really did, because they don't always have to throw it away. There was one other time I didn't have enough money for something, and they couldn't give it to me. They were like, oh, okay. So the fact that this lady was like, oh, well, we were going to throw it away anyways, was still a blessing. And so I know it's just Starbucks, but my main point is that it's terrible when bad things happen to us. Like I said in the second reason, sometimes we just don't know the reason why. To be close to God and have a relationship with Him, because one day we will go to heaven, and hopefully we can ask all those questions and it'll be answered for us. But when things bad happen to us, like I said, you can have a thought or two, but how you handle those situations is going to change everything. It's going to be what people call your game changer, if that makes any sense. And not to say, because I believe in the law of attraction, but I believe more in God too. Not to say that God doesn't hear broken people. If you're absolutely broken, you're just not being positive, God can give you that push, and He can put something in your heart positive. But here's the thing, there's a lot of people that have had that push, and they still always go back to being negative. And that goes back to God giving you free will. So if He puts that push in you, if He shines a light in you and you're still not getting it, then it's up to you. So, but my point is, how you handle things is always going to be your game changer. And for me, that was a big thing, because I have a temper, I'm full of emotions, I'm over dramatic. Like, when I was a teenager, my life was over. Or I hate you. That and I hate you and my life is over was like my favorite line. But I just wanted to share that. I know my video is probably all over the place, and I do want to get better quality, but I really just wanted to start doing more of these videos. I'm going to see how it goes. You guys give me good feedback. Tell me what's good, what's bad, and I will make more of these. But thanks for watching if you did. And let me know what other videos you would like me to make. Bye.